Diaz. So I want to share with you how we started racing and just pretty much break down the details on the steps that we took to get there. Being that we grew up around racing, my father had a race car when we were younger. He had a Toyota Starlet that you can see it there in the background, and that's me as a kid. So it's always been a dream it's always been a dream, and we wanted to make it come true at a different level. My dad was street racing at the time and doing motors for other people, helping other people. He took some time off, and we just kind of were spectating for quite a while. But that gave me some crazy hunger. Going to the racetrack, checking out YouTube, checking out Unique, seeing the stuff that they offer. All these videos, all these cars, like super motivated. We actually made it on there, and pretty much it was a goal. So I was in real estate. I was already making some moves as an agent. I wasn't doing flips. I didn't have any rentals. It's pretty much just getting the ball going. But I had some money put away, and I wanted to buy a race car. I didn't think it was the best move to buy the race car right away. My wife and I checked our finances. We looked left and right. We tried to come up with a structure. What could we do? How can we get a rental property and get a race car? That was the only way that she was going to let me get the race car. And I had to have the money for our wedding too. But all right, so side note. So I'm asking around, I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do. And one of my guys just bought a property at the auction for cheap. He paid 14,000. It was within my budget. The rehab was pretty simple. You can see here in the photos that it was ugly. So, we pretty much rehabbed it slowly. To be honest with you, it took us, I mean, you figure we bought it in October and we had it ready by February. So it took us a few months, but, look at the transformation. So February, we went to the bank and our goal was to refinance the property. We understood that based on the ARV, they were going to give us 80%. So whatever it was worth after repair value, they were going to give us 80%. And the way that they determine that is based on comps. So they checked out other properties in the area that just had recently sold. Some were bigger, some were smaller. They came up with the comparisons and gave us the value of $60,000, which means we can take 80% of that and utilize that for, whatever we want to. In this case, we were able to get 48,000 minus closing costs. The refi was about $1,000. It was very inexpensive, very simple, and at the end of March we did it. We refinanced. So we bought it in October, started the process February. By the end of March, we were refinanced. So what that means is the bank gave us 48,000 and change. We now owe them that money. So the way that we're going to pay them is through a mortgage, which in this case was 332 a month. Currently, the property is being rented out at 850 a month. So, you can see per the numbers that we can cover the monthly costs. And even if we didn't have rent, it's something that's within our budget that we could afford even if it was empty. So after the refinance, they gave us the check. We organized some things, took care of what we had to take care of, and we flew to Florida. We loved it. Didn't waste any time. After we seen it run, we locked in the deal, bought it. I jumped in the driver's seat, and it was a dream come true. We had it in our heads. We seen it. We remember, the beginning that it was a plan. It was a dream, and the plan was simple: buy an ugly property, fix it up, refinance, keep the property, get the money back in your pocket, and continue. So you could obviously buy another property at this point, which is what we've been doing. But at that time, we decided to buy this bad boy, which we were able to enjoy. We, I had it, April, May, June, for 4 months. And then this happened. Well, not this. Hold on. This is the cool part. This is us. We bought it, brought it back home. This is what? This was, let me think, April. Yeah, this is April. I'm just practicing here with the family. And then this is what the bad boy looks like. And we had this unfortunate event. This is July. Still had the property, still making that monthly money, but now had a big debt here. But no problem. She's back in action, as you can see, and we've been enjoying it. We still got the rental property, still making the $850 a month. We've had it now for 3 years, similar to the race car, and it's been great ever since. So if you want to follow us, you know, we do have a YouTube with a nice video. If you want to get to the real estate, this is the property in question. So I'll bring you here so you can get the whole smackdown. So this is the MLS. This is what realtors have access to, and this is pretty much where we get all our data. So the property that I was able to buy with my wife, that pretty much set this whole thing in motion, was 1512 Hawk. And here you could see us, our mailing address, property, date, photos. Let's say we wanted to get the property's value. We're going to come over to RPR. So they have it being worth 55. We had it listed at 64. Here it shows you last sold price. We paid 14. We own it. Gives you more details, about the property. And here's the freebie right here. This is the freebie. Look. So let's say this was not my property, and I was just curious and looking it up. So I could see here that the property does have a mortgage. Bank I told you about, the loan amount I told you about, the time I told you about, March, you see? So if this was a property that, I was just interested in, I could see here through RPR. After putting in the address, I can have a rough idea on value, details, 4 bedrooms, 1 bath, who's the owner. It's okay, TD Management, the company. Here's their mailing address. Whoa, wait a minute. What did they pay? Oh, 14,000. So do they own this property? Mortgage records. Oh, they got a loan amount. And this took place after they purchased it. Right? Because this happened 10/20/16. Okay. So this person right here bought it. And I can see per the value. Value must have came in around this number. And then they got 80%, which is why they owe, should I say, the bank this much. So if I'm a realtor, this is a great listing because right now they only owe and it's worth. So I can call them up and say, hey man, you want to sell that property? You got some equity in it. Or if I'm an investor, I could see, all right, this is what it's worth. They owe about this much. So might be a hard flip, but a great rental. Here's all the details. Property. If I wanted to give you a little bit more, if I wanted to see how that area was doing, come here. Just want to see what's going on in the past 6 months in that area. Are they getting busy in that area? Okay. See movement. 115. Okay. 73. Okay. 35. You got some cheap ones. 45. Okay. So you see? Now I'm getting some information. Subject properties right here. Okay, so now I can see the streets. I can see that this is a main street per what it looks like, and this is a half street. Yep, you see what I'm saying? So this is how we get the information on the properties, but this is pretty much what it took to get here. So hope that gives you some insight, guys.